looking for the ultimate luxury, brand new construction home community in the area? If so, you're going to want to check out this Royce Elite floor plan at Toll Brothers' newest Ascente community in the South Reno area. And it starts right at $1.2 million. And this is a gorgeous 2-story floor plan. If you're new to the channel, my name is David Tully and I'm your go-to resource for Reno, Sparks, and Northern Nevada real estate. If you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or possibly relocating to the Reno, Nevada area, I'd love to help. All my information is down below. So you're probably wondering where the Ascente community by Toll Brothers is located, and it's located in the south part of Reno, right off of Mount Rose Highway and Fawn Lane. I would say within about 5 to 7 minutes, you can get to the Raley's grocery store and shopping center just off of Mount Rose Highway. And I'd say in about 7 to 9 minutes, you can get to the Trader Joe's and the Summit Mall shopping area, which has Dillard's and the Apple Store and some restaurants and bars in the area. I would say in about 12 to 15 minutes, you can get to Walmart, Home Depot, and several other shopping areas in the South Reno area. So overall, I'd say it's a fairly convenient location. All right, today we're gonna be taking a tour through the Royce Elite, which is at Toll Brothers' newest Ascente community located in the south part of Reno. This is a beautiful 2-story home at just over 3,500 square feet. This home has 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and a 3-car garage, and it's just over 3,500 square feet. And this home starts right around $1.2 million for the base price. All right, we are in the beautiful Royce Elite floor plan, and as you can see right here, we have a really nice grand entrance. You can see that beautiful staircase and right up into the loft area. Right over here, you can see this nicely upgraded LVP flooring. And then the 5¼ inch baseboards here are gonna be standard. And then it does look like they did their hand trowel wall finish, which is typically an upgrade. Your standard finish would be a knockdown or eggshell texture. All right, over here, we'll take you to the secondary bedroom. But one thing to keep in mind, in most Toll Brothers homes, the bedrooms are gonna be a standard carpet. So if you do want upgraded LVP flooring in the bedrooms, it is gonna be an additional expense and an upgrade. And then one thing to budget for when buying any brand new construction home is gonna be window coverings, a washer, dryer, and fridge. And then right here, this tile on the wall is not gonna be a standard option. This is an upgrade that you'd have to pay for. And then this does look like a queen size bed. You could easily fit a king size bed because these end tables are fairly big. Let me just give you another view of the room. Got some room over here for a dresser, maybe an accent chair over here, maybe TV on the wall or some artwork. And this is nice because this is an ensuite. And you got still a decent sized walk-in closet. They upgraded the LVP flooring in here as well. And then in this bathroom, they got a nice upgraded tile here. They do have nicely upgraded cabinets and countertops. Typically, Piedrafina countertops are gonna be your standard. This does look like an upgraded quartz countertop. And then these look like upgraded cabinet hardware. And then the matte finish for faucets are also usually an upgrade. Right over here, you got a nice walk-in shower. As you can see, they put a nice frameless glass door, which I think you really gotta do if you're gonna upgrade the shower. It's a really nice touch. Really shows off the shower. And then they picked a really nice tile. It's kind of almost looks like it's textured, but looks really good. I like the design. And then typically the tile usually stops right around the shower head. So they actually paid extra to upgrade it and take it all the way to the ceiling, which I think is the right choice, especially in a home like this. I really love the ceilings here, right at the entryway. This has gotta be at least 12-foot ceilings right here at the entryway. And then it looks like these homes have fire sprinklers, so keep that in mind. That must be because we're a certain distance away from a fire station. Over here, you got a nice office or den area. Got this beautiful staircase right here. And then just down the hall over here, we're gonna take into the laundry area. Got some nicely upgraded cabinets and counter space here. This is gonna be your laundry area. So laundry room sinks usually cost anywhere from about 4 to 6 grand in Toll Brothers. I think I paid around $4,700 for the sink in my Toll Brothers home. And then right down here, you got a nicely upgraded tile. And then this is probably tile or wallpaper. That it would not be a standard option. That would be an upgrade. And then I'm not sure about the specific community, but most Toll Brothers communities have gas dryers as a standard option. And if you want to upgrade to electric, it's an additional expense. Those are some nicely upgraded cabinets here. Here you got a standard coat closet. Over here we got another secondary bedroom. And this, same thing with this wood paneling is not something they would do as a standard option. You might be able to upgrade it, but not everything in the home is something you can technically get from Toll Brothers. Some are just interior decorator features. You got that same nicely upgraded LVP flooring here. Carpet would be standard, but you got a good sized dresser here. This is probably a queen size bed, but of course you could fit a king here if you'd like. Still got some room there with the end tables and really do some fun stuff with wallpaper these days. That might be paint, but it almost looks like it could be wallpaper. Over here you got a standard closet setup. Give you another view or another angle of the room just to give you an idea of the space. And this is an ensuite as well, which is really nice. So you got that same upgraded countertop. This might be their standard actually. So they might actually have quartz as a standard here, but you got some nicely upgraded cabinets. I really like this gold hardware. And then you got some nicely upgraded tile. And then of course they put a frameless glass door. It's like a barn door, kind of cool actually. And this is a very unique tile, but I love that they upgraded and took it all the way to the ceiling. And then it's really gonna depend. This might be a tub shower combo as a standard, and then a walk-in shower as an upgrade. But these are structural changes that you'll typically have to make before you go into contract on your home. And then a lot of these rooms will just come with a standard pre-wire. So this home has upgraded electrical, like 4 can lights in this room is gonna be an upgrade. Typically that would just have a pre-wire and then a half hot outlet in one of the corners. And then over here is gonna be the 3-car garage, which this is a model home, so they have that locked up for storage. Right over here, we have a powder room or half bath. Got that same upgraded tile here, upgraded cabinets, and then you got some nicely upgraded countertops here. Well, they don't have a lot of different types of countertops in this house for the bathrooms, but I mean, it still looks great. And then same thing with this wallpaper and wood paneling. These are additional features, and some of these things they don't actually even do in the home or give you the option. All right, let's take you to the beautiful great room and the kitchen. Right over here, we got the beautiful great room. And as you can imagine, this fireplace is definitely an upgrade. So if you didn't get the fireplace option, you would have maybe 2.5 feet, more space this way. And then you wouldn't have this, of course. But I think if you put in a nice fireplace like this, maybe some floating shelves here, it would look pretty clean. Give you another view of the great room and the kitchen. So these wood beams up here are probably an interior decorator feature that you probably can't even get as an upgrade. And then a lot of options in Toll Brothers are going to be electrical. So my guess is these 4 recessed lights are going to be an electrical upgrade. I paid for 4 in my great room. And then pendant lights, these are not going to be standard typically. You're typically going to have to pay for these pendant light pre-wire, so keep that in mind if you're designing your home. If you want pendant lights, definitely do that during the design center appointment. And over here, your standard option is going to be a quartz countertop, but the waterfall feature on the right side and the left side are going to be an upgrade as well. And then this is a pretty cool design because that's not a normal rectangle. It's a slightly different shape, but looks pretty cool in my opinion. And then over here, when buying any brand new construction home, you're also going to want to budget for a fridge, washer and dryer. And over here, you got some nice Gen Air appliances. And then you have a ton of money upgraded in this kitchen, of course, because it is a model. This backsplash as a standard option would typically only go up about 6 inches. And then most other Toll Brothers communities have granite as standard in the kitchen, but they do have a kind of a basic quartz as a standard here. And then these are full overlay cabinets, so that is an upgrade. And then the molding at the top would be an upgrade, and same thing with the handles depending on the cabinet type that you get. Some upgraded cabinets include these handles as an option. Over here, you got a nice dining area. Probably can't fit too big of a table. That's probably why they put this square table here. The biggest table you could probably fit is maybe a 6-seater, rectangular table. Then you got a nice double oven here and the microwave. And over here, you got the walk-in pantry. And I'll take you out back. So these sliders are also going to be an upgrade. You probably would only have an entrance. This would probably be walled off in my opinion, and then your patio door would be right over here, but it would be one of those basic sliders. So I'm pretty sure that this would be walled off. Maybe you'd get a couple windows here, and then this would be the actual patio door. And then so you do get the covered patio included This tile is definitely going to be an upgrade. You probably get a basic paver in my opinion, and then it's really going to depend on, you know, each specific lot. And then also, anytime you buy a brand new construction home, they're not going to landscape the backyard. So this is just to give you an idea of what you could do with the home. So not too big of a side yard, but you know, they got a nice retaining wall here. Fence is included. Got some gorgeous views of the mountain there, depending on what home you get. Really love what they did with this space. Got a nice gas fire pit, maybe propane. Really nice entertainer's backyard for sure. Got a nice table to eat, nice patio furniture, and a nice outdoor barbecue. So this one's also got a nice side yard, but you know, every single lot in the community is going to be slightly different. And then they put in some turf and some river rock. It looks pretty good. We'll head back in and take you through the upstairs and the wet bar area, and also the master bedroom. All right, before we head on upstairs and check out this beautiful staircase, let's check out this nice office or den area right here. This of course is going to be included. This is not going to have any of these built-ins, but they typically can add some things if you'd like. And then of course this painting or wallpaper is not standard, and neither is that wood paneling. And then this barn door would also be an upgrade. Not sure if they actually even offer barn doors. I definitely didn't choose that for my office and my toll home. And then over here in the master, you got upgraded LVP flooring, that same hand trowel texture. You got a beautiful master bedroom. Got a good size, king size bed, this huge bench area right here, and then two good size end tables. And you got kind of this cool tile on the wall, which is definitely an upgrade. They have upgraded lights in this room. The chandelier is an upgrade. And then they also have speakers in this room, of course. And then what's really nice is you have this door right here off the patio. That could be an upgrade, but that is a nice feature. Got plenty of space here for your dresser, TV on the wall, and some nice art pieces. Right over here, we're gonna take you through the beautiful master bathroom. We got nicely upgraded tile here on the floor. Same upgraded cabinets throughout the home. Then you got a nice upgraded countertop here. This is not gonna be a standard option. And then these matte finishes are also gonna be an upgrade. And then the wood paneling on the wall right here may or may not even be an option that they have. These are gonna be upgraded mirrors. Over here, you got a beautiful frameless glass shower door. I know how you guys know that I love those. Got beautifully upgraded tile here. And then this is not too excessive for a good size home, but you got a shower head and control there. And then you got a faucet and a shower head here. And you got your toilet area here. And then of course, this closet is not a standard option, but this just gives you an idea of what you could do with your walk-in closet. And I still need to do this with my home because it really gives you a lot more space and it really just elevates your walk-in closet. All right, we are not done yet. We have to check out this beautiful staircase and show you the loft area. Gotta love this staircase. Beautiful high ceilings. And this railing and this glass is definitely gonna be an upgrade. But you got a beautiful loft area right here, which makes the most sense to be an entertaining area because this wet bar is included. These pendant lights most likely are an upgrade, so keep that in mind. And then this glass slider also looks like an upgrade. I might have to double check if this balcony option is an upgrade as well. You can see those beautiful mountain views, my goodness. You know, this could be a media room, game room, possibly a workout area, or just an entertaining area. And then the wet bar typically wouldn't include these countertops. This most definitely is an upgrade. Same with these cabinets, and most likely that faucet. Just down the hall, you have another secondary bedroom, which is a really good size. Once again, this has LVP flooring. The standard option would be carpet in this home, so keep that in mind. And then there's actually some really cool wallpaper. Maybe it's painted, but it looks really cool. And then this was like a pretty small bed. I'm sure you could fit king size bed in here if you'd like, but you probably wouldn't want to go bigger than a queen. Here's another angle of the room. Got room for an accent chair, TV on the wall, artwork, and maybe a dresser here. And you got a standard closet setup. They do have an Ecobee thermostat. I think they have at least 2 or 3 zones. I saw at least one other thermostat. Right here is going to be a closet with your furnace. It looks like some ductwork. And right over here is going to be another full bathroom with a walk-in shower. My guess is their standard option would be a tub shower combo. Walk-in showers at Toll Brothers are typically an upgrade, so keep that in mind. This would be an upgraded glass door. This is going to be upgraded tile in the bathroom. This most likely is one of their standard options for countertops. in this bathroom, since it's a guest bathroom or secondary bathroom. And then they have a nicely upgraded tile that they took to the ceiling, which tile in most of their showers usually stop right around just above the shower head. So they did a really nice job here. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of this beautiful Royce Elite floor plan at the Ascente community by Toll Brothers in the South Reno area. Once again, this home is just over 3,500 square feet, has 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and a 3-car garage, and it starts right around $1.2 million for the base price. So the HOA is $143 a month, and what this includes is common area maintenance, beautiful walking trails, and they do try to prevent fires around the community by clearing out the areas or the surroundings. If you have any questions or comments about the specific home or community, please leave your questions or comments down below and I would be happy to help. And if you want to learn more about Reno, Sparks, or brand new construction in the area, check out some of my other videos.